hired these 2 strippers and like some like 3G pitch in Belfast. And first of all, the owner was like, "What was going on here?" And I arrived with these 2 girls like in Liverpool tops and high heels. I was talking to this girl, one of the strippers. She's like, we're like quite older strippers, like in their 30s. Like, she's like, "Oh, you do YouTube? Do you do YouTube? Oh, my son loves YouTube." No. See when I go on my YouTube app, all I see is FIFA. And I was like, I didn't say anything, but her son 1,000,000% watched my videos. Like,
here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack. Welcome back, talking shit and drinking wine. Like and subscribe. Here's the crack.
Hola, señoritas. ¿Cómo estás? How's it going, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Here's the Crack podcast. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff. Leave us a wee rating. Or Thomas is going to go mental.
You know what my wee bro was saying?
What?
He says you shouldn't do the intro every time.
Why?
He says it's shit.
Who said that?
He didn't say it was shit, but he was like, why does he do it every time?
Call out, James.
Well, because...
And I was like, because that's all he does.
Hold on a wee second.
That's his thing.
So, hold on a wee second. First of all...
if you're listening, and you agree,
James said
let us
to my
know.
face. No, but the thing is, right, you say this, the last time I didn't do the intro...
When was that? 2 years
ago?
ago?
Ages ago. Remember the last time? I'm actually keen to like try and find the podcast where I literally went like...
Do you not have it in your correspondence?
I said nothing. And you went...
Go look it up on WhatsApp Master there.
What are you doing? I went, oh, you intro it. Why change things? That's just the way they are.
That's definitely a lie.
So hold on, let's go back to the start, Shay. Let's put like a wee rewind in here in the edit man. You start it.
Right, okay. Welcome back to the Here's Crack podcast. Episode...
Amazing.
Nobody
Listen
cares
here,
about it. I was trying to be like you because you say the episode every time and nobody cares. You do?
I don't.
You used to.
Yeah, I used to.
Until we get back to
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But that's all. Let's just think, hello guys, welcome back to the Here's the Crack podcast.
The next podcast you do, you can rip and tear on ahead.
I'm just saying. That's what he said.
Yeah, well, here.
He's just quit the podcast.
Feelings have been hurt.
Anyway, we'll start this podcast. I'm getting a bit choked up there because my feelings have been hurt. We'll start the podcast off in a bit of a lopsided way. I'll start it off with Ross's rants.
Are you just doing a you podcaster?
My rant this week.
This is all about
no,
you.
I'm going to say it and I'm going to let you discuss. The whole point of Ross's rants is to present to you for you to discuss. Ross's rants. Road rage.
You've already done
Did
this.
you not do this last week?
You've done this a couple of weeks ago.
No, I didn't.
You
I
did.
done
I
a
feel like
parking
all
lot.
yours are like
We've
driving
talked about road rage before.
But you said about the one on the
Can
motorway.
you shut up and let me give you some context? Are you good? Do you want to shut up? As your wee brother just told you to interrupt me the whole podcast because it would be better for the listeners.
He's like, why does Ross do restaurants?
Yeah, why does Ross even talk? Do you know what I mean? Shut up. So, right. The reason why I'm using it as a Ross's rants is when is road rage? When do you feel like road rage is acceptable, and do you have to have context to have road rage? For example, I was coming up to Belfast today,
Right.
and admittedly, someone walked out in front of me and I slipped the clutch and stalled the car, right? The issue was my car does this thing because it has like the automatic start, right? No, I slipped the clutch. That was my fault. I own it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I went to turn the car back on. It wouldn't turn on. But what I had discovered was I didn't actually slip the clutch. What I'd done was the car just kind of went into like one of them, what do you call it, whenever you like stop and it turns itself off, like stop start thing. So I was trying to turn the key. So I was like turning the engine off, turning it back on again. The car was like kept putting itself into that like stop mode until I eventually like put the clutch in, put it into neutral, and then started and it went. But it was maybe like 20 seconds like of just like sitting in the middle of like this lane in Belfast, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what's happening? Next minute, behind me. And I'm just like, lad, you do not know you don't know what I'm going through right now.
In here.
You don't know what I'm going through right now, and you're just blaring the horn. So that's the point. Is like, when do you think it's acceptable to have road rage? Do you need to have hard proof, or are you one of these people that just slightest inconvenience, you're blaring the horn, or you're getting pissed off?
I wouldn't be road ragey at all. I think until someone actually crashes into me.
I think when someone like near kills you, like if someone pulls out in front of you is annoying. Like when you're proper, like you fucking nearly hit me there. Like.
In my head, I'm like, he didn't hit me, so fuck it.
You never beep the horn. Like.
No.
I feel like though when you're in a rush somewhere as well, you're you're easily aggravated more.
I'd be an aggressive driver, like. I'd be a very aggressive driver.
What about
But
you earlier on, man? Oh my god.
I wouldn't be like blowing the horn at people. I just
You're
think
right
that's
up your buddy's
disrespectful.
ass, though.
I feel like you.
He drove up right up a buddy's ass. The sensor in his car was beeping to the red bit.
Now,
Yeah.
bearing in mind, right?
Not the lights,
No,
like.
you've give no context to this. You've drove right up some boy's ass. What does that mean?
That
What does
means
that mean?
exactly what it said.
So
Put
explain.
your number plate into
So
his.
2 lanes. I was going into the far lane, right?
Mm.
And I didn't want to obstruct the other lane. So I pulled in, like, not as tight as I could, but like whenever my car sensor goes off, it means I'm at least like probably that much away.
It's just miles.
Do you know what I mean? But like
You were this
he's
much
just.
away.
Oh, did you go out and look?
You could
Did
see
you go out
in
and
the
look?
reflection of the car.
You're talking out of your ass.
could,
You're
like.
talking out of your ass. Like. So
He just won't admit
he's
it.
just
Won't admit it.
you're just a terrible passenger.
Oh my god.
Like, honestly, he's just a terrible passenger. Like.
Yeah.
I've been in the car with Thomas when he's literally like been in a shopping centre car park in Newry. Like, pulling this one on you because we're exploiting each other's flaws here.
I don't remember.
We were in a
this.
shopping centre in Newry, me, you, Brona and Lucinda, right?
In Uri.
In Newry. I don't know why, but it was definitely in Newry.
Right, okay.
But Thomas pulls into like, it was one of them ones where it was like a curb and like then all the spaces, and Thomas like pulled in, bang, right over the curb. Did Ross say anything? No, he didn't.
I'm pretty sure
But,
I've
like-
been in the car. He's done that too.
Like, do you know what I mean?
time,
Like Thomas, like as soon as
Them
you get,
car parks are too tight. Like.
yeah, oh yeah,
Give
there's
us
always an
another
excuse.
round.
There's always an excuse for you, like. You're Mr. Perfect, like. But anytime you see if you don't like my driving, walk here. But you won't because you're lazy here. Do you know what I mean?
God.
So shut up. But no, I give you context. I wasn't close to the man. I wasn't close at all because I know my car. I drive my car
We
every
need
day.
VAR
You don't.
here.
VAR is needed. Like.
Yeah,
Wasn't there?
that's why my bumper's cable tied
I've
on.
noticed one thing. When Tommy does when he drives,
Well,
he stays in the fast lane on the motorway. It's been a while from I was in the car with him, but he does that. I noticed that. That annoys me. I didn't care because it was in your car, but if there was someone else
was
doing
there someone behind me?
it, no. But there's no one in the left lane either. Like,
But,
you just-
but if there's someone behind you, it's different.
No,
It's not
there
like
was
I was holding someone
no,
up.
there was a point where people came up behind you and then they had to undertake you. Like.
That's lies. Like. That is
Definitely.
definitely lies.
No doubt. Like. I hate when people do that to me. Like. I didn't care because you were driving, like, and I wasn't trying to pass you or nothing, but if someone did that to me, like,
All the truths that are coming out now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever like been
I
stuck
just find
behind
it. I
someone?
just find it funny. Well, what he's actually said there is wrong because if we're
It's
exploiting, yeah, you are
not.
because regardless.
You were so close, and then I was like,
no,
"Oh my
I'm not
god,
ta-
you're
I'm not-
right up
let-
his
no,
ass."
let's move away from me. Let's focus on you and your faults.
Oh my god.
So if you've been driving down the motorway and you're in the right hand lane, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm no expert in the road safety or whatever the feck it's called.
Mm.
Is the right hand lane not specifically used for overtaking?
Mm-hmm.
Were you overtaken? No, you weren't. So
Why-
you're in the wrong.
People call it the fast lane. It's not the fast
It's the
lane.
overtaking lane.
my god.
Yeah.
The traffic police have
Yeah.
came.
Exactly. So don't.
What's the
don't-
big deal?
Do you know what I mean? You were so close to that guy. You were so close.
You were, and then I made a point to say, and I was like, "Fuck me," and then he went closer to him.
Yeah, I go. Yeah, he goes.
And he said he wasn't
"You ready
close.
to die
He goes,
today?"
he goes, oh my god, you couldn't get any closer. And I went, well, I actually could. And then it eased forward a bit more, and then the sensor started going off.
Yeah, which is what I said, and you
Yeah.
were like, "No, that's not true." Like,
The sensor started going off, but like I
Turns and
said,
looks to you and goes, "Do you want me to fucking go even closer?"
you know what I mean? Like, so shut up. But anyway,
The truths come out.
Have you ever like I actually have beeped at someone before?
oh,
You ever got the traffic lights and like there's someone in front of you and they don't see the light turning green?
yeah,
That a beep like won't say, but not like an angry beep. You know? Do you ever like try and do a soft beep just to be like, "Oh, here, look, you know,
the soft
Oh, here.
go on.
the light's
fuck.
green." Like I don't mean to like rush you or anything, but toot, go. So I've done
Should
that
they
like,
make a
sometimes.
horn?
Like,
Should they make two horns like an angry
They need-
horn?
yeah.
and a-
that would make
Just
so
a
much
nice
sense.
one.
Like,
just a
Yeah.
friendly go on,
Road
or like when
rage
someone
horn.
lets you through, just a nice friendly horn.
yeah, it's like
she's like they didn't move, and then the light went green again. They still didn't move. So like I give them a wee friendly nudge
it
on the
could have,
bumper.
it could have like, you know, that sparkle sound.
Like,
You know that like sparkle sound.
Yeah.
I can't even do it. It's like glitter noise or something. Like that there. Like,
You should have
Oh my
like
God.
a wee speaker on the top of your roof that you can just like speak into, like one of them comms radios. Like, hey boy,
no,
You
you
know what?
that's too.
sorry,
That's
I
too
don't mean
harsh.
to offend you, but the lights went green.
Excuse me. Could you Let's move on. Is it there?
Yeah, I just think people need to calm down. But I love how Ross's rants turned into Ross is in the wrong.
Ross's flaws.
Yeah.
Every week. Not here to crack.
But anyway,
our guest has just arrived.
Our guest has just arrived.
Do you want to intro him while he's here?
Oh, God. We'll skip this bit and we'll get right into the guest.
Here's the crack.
All right, we're back. We actually didn't expect you to be here on time.
Oh really? People not normally turn up on time.
I didn't even pay attention to the time. And then we were halfway into the discussion. Tom was like, "Oh, there he is."
Yeah, I'm always on time. There's no excuse for not being on time to things.
Nice,
it's very rude.
nice.
If you ask me.
Nice. We'll get straight into the intro because Thomas is pussied out of the intro. But yeah, we've. Max plays well. What
Max plays.
Max makes money.
Max plays. Max makes money.
Max makes money.
Max.
The whole shebang.
Yeah.
What is your second name?
Is that not
I can answer the questions. I've never had. That's my name's not actually Max.
Oh my word!
What?
So my name's Owen Maxwell, but I always get called Max. So yeah. Don't love saying that, but I'll give you it.
It's not like Owen's a long name.
No, it's not. I never got called Owen, and it's not very.
That's so weird.
Preferred Max, I always get called Max.
Like, what's your full name? I don't want to talk about that.
Like Owen plays FIFA. That wasn't a goer, like
yeah,
Yeah. And I genuinely do get called Max. Everyone calls me Max. So
it's like,
and that's actually why. So that's actually why. Like, I don't like my YouTube names. I hate Max Plays. I hate Max Makes Money. But I'm known as Max now. So I don't feel like I can just shift my brand to Owen Maxwell.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how can I think of a finance name of Max? Max Makes Money. Sound like a bit of cock, but that's why.
Is there regrets there now?
Originally, yeah. Yeah.
It's like Mark Goldbridge. It's not even his name. And
that's even more bizarre.
Is it not?
You don't know this?
Oh, fuck off, lad.
I swear I didn't know that.
No, it's
and you watch him like every day.
Yeah.
No, it's not his name.
What is his name? Something completely different.
It's just a character, and it's like proper nothing like Mark Goldbridge.
So because I was actually I was talking to Phil in work today and I was like, I'm way out in Belfast recording tonight, and they were like, who you've got on? I was like, do you know Max Plays? He was like, Max makes money or something.
Is that who you know? I'm yet to get known as Max Makes Money.
Yeah.
I've always been. Anyone recognises me as Max Plays.
He immediately went, Max Makes Money. I was like, yeah, he does that too. And I was like, I think he's like, he has a gym as well, or he's involved in the gym. I was like, yeah, I think it's like Max Fits or something. And
did he not know the Max Play stuff?
No. Well, I think he did, but he immediately, I said, do you know Max Plays? And he went, is that the guy who does Max Makes Money? And I said, yeah. And then I said about the gym. And he was like,
that's
does he
interesting.
just put Max in front of everything? I was like, maybe that's just the thing.
Yeah, it is a good brand. It works on a lot of things. Like,
if you like started like a Viagra company or something.
Max makes, I don't know.
You hard.
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll start off. I suppose the best place to sort of start off is sort of obviously you are known for a Max Plays.
Yeah.
So like, sort of, where did that whole YouTube? Where did you get kicked off into the whole YouTube scene?
So, gosh, long story. I posted my first video in like 2009. I think it was. It was when FIFA 10 was released. I had a lot of health issues growing up. I was like 15, nothing else to do. Decided to start posting YouTube videos. And they were terrible. And then just a couple of years posting terrible videos. I made Max Plays FIFA in like 2012. And it just took off really. Like it was the very beginning of the whole FIFA scene online, like you had sort of KSI on like 50,000 subscribers then, and all these like Rodashaw, who I'm friends with, like he had like 2,000. Like this FIFA on YouTube was a really nerdy thing to be into. Like I was just a wee kid. I was a neek, like and then it just happened to become this big thing, so that was it really.
Was it easier to grow back then?
Definitely, yeah. I don't know how people start YouTube videos today. Like, now in saying that, TikTok is easier to grow than ever, I would say. But YouTube's tough. Even if I made a new channel on YouTube, I would struggle to grow it, I think.
Because people always ask, what's the hack on YouTube? Like that's one of the big things that we're always searching for, is like, how do you just grow? And people, I don't think that no one knows the answer.
People just are, they just think that they've become to think that the TikTok algorithm's the norm. TikTok algorithm is like this is it's so bizarre. Any other platform before this, even Instagram, you know, so hard. You could be posting unbelievable content, just no one would be seeing it, you know. But I do think YouTube and Instagram are going to go down the way of TikTok's algorithm, you know, because it's been so successful for them.
Like shorts and stuff.
Reels are already improving their algorithm, so you can start to blow up on Reels, but Shorts is still really tough. But I would say everyone's going to go down the TikTok route.
And what was it like starting a YouTube channel in Northern Ireland, especially like back then?
Yeah, so sort of the health issues stuff, it worked in my favour. So I left school at 15, had a lot of health issues. So I was able to just go online. I was in Skype calls with all these guys in England and America. But I was able to make these nerdy videos, but I wasn't getting stuck in school, you know? Yeah. So that probably helped me. If I was in school, I don't think I would have done it. Yeah. So blessing in disguise for the unfortunate health, but yeah, it was easy enough. And then sort of 18, 19, started going to England, meeting up with everyone, and then I moved there. So I never got stuck here. The first time anyone noticed me here, I was already doing well enough where I was past the point of getting stuck, you know?
Yeah. I think that's everyone's biggest fear whenever you're starting is what people are going to say about you.
It seems to be, I think these days that's gone now a little bit.
I think with the likes of TikTok, like people are so much more like naturally putting up videos and stuff of them dancing and stuff. They aren't as shy.
I'm actually fuming about my TikTok moves. Like, so back when TikTok was first came out, I was still living in London and doing the YouTube, and this was before I sort of pulled back from YouTube. TikTok were paying loads of YouTubers to post on their platform, and bear in mind, up until this point, like this is just every day, like every month, this new app's come out. Guys promote this new app, so I didn't go near it for about. I just thought that's going to go nowhere. Whereas if I had have jumped on to TikTok originally, I could be huge on there, you know. But I never thought it was going to succeed until it did. It did. Yeah. I used to particularly enjoy doing skits. Yeah. So in TikTok would have really worked for that, especially when I was over in London, had more people around me. Yeah, I really regret not doing this.
It was Musically first, wasn't it? It was
but that's another reason. It's like Musically, like Musically was a meme. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
TikTok's algorithm is why I blew up. That's why.
What made you say there you sort of pulled back from YouTube? Like what was the reason?
So I don't even like getting into this too much because you have a lot of people that just think COVID and long COVID's a lot of balls. But no word of a lie. March 2020, got COVID. I have not been the same guy since. Right. You know, like even right now, I feel pretty crap. I'm just powering through it because I've just got to the point where I can't let it keep holding me back. But first 18 months after COVID, just extreme weak legs, like stuck in bed half the week. You know, like I was really, really ill. I'm still like I couldn't go for a 5-minute walk. I couldn't lift a barbell. It'll send me to bed like a really severe long COVID. So that's why I just disappeared for a couple of years, you know, and that's why I moved back home, and it's been a disaster, to be honest. But that's why I pulled back. But I'm starting to feel a bit better. I'm not 100%, far from it. That's why I'm delving back in a bit.
Yeah, because it's not really talked. I know we had a girl who sort of helped us out with podcasts and stuff, and she had said that like it was common for like. I think it was like females and stuff to like lose their like sense of smell even after like they recovered from COVID and all. Yeah. But I've heard long COVID being mentioned. I've just never really like delved into it as to what exactly. But obviously you just don't recover like as quick.
It's a completely different illness to COVID. Yeah. So like I just had COVID like anyone. I actually fully recovered, felt fine, and the fatigue just crept back in. It's crazy, but it's more common than you would think. Like I obviously own a gym now, and 3 of the members out of our membership have had long COVID and just are like me, you know. They're obviously not members anymore. Yeah. But you know that's 3 out of less than 1,000 people there. Yeah. Like so.
Is there anything you can do to like combat it? Like
they're working on some. They're working on some drugs. I bought a hyperbaric oxygen chamber. I don't know if you've ever heard of one.
I don't know. I think I've seen a video. Did you do like a batting video the other day? So you were like kind of fucking gas mask.
I had that bat that came for it. I was in the chamber and everyone's taking the piss saying, "Where are you in fucking Apollo 7?" I was getting that went viral that bet. I was on like Facebook and the comments are hilarious. Everyone says I'm in space, but so I bought a hyperbaric oxygen chamber, and it's generally used for recovery. Sort of Eddie Hall has one of the things, and it's good for long COVID. It makes me feel a lot better. So it's just a tank. It's equivalent to being 5 meters underwater, 100% oxygen. Do that every day. I rent it out now too, so I started a wee business, hyperbaric oxygen therapy in Northern Ireland. If you want to check it out, you have long COVID. So yeah, why did I start talking about this?
The COVID.
Yeah, I think we'd asked why you sort of pulled away from YouTube, then we got on to long COVID. Then
and now talking thanks. Yeah. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy in Northern Ireland. The wee plug. But yeah, so that's what I was in for the bet, for anyone wanting to know.
Yeah.
What was it like coming up, like, with that sort of YouTuber scene in London, like, and everyone, like, did you ever think that it was going to be as big as it was, like you
No. Well, at the start it was a hobby, you know, and then, as I say, it was a neaky thing, and it just kind of grew and grew and grew. But like, I had the time of my life, you know, and I plan to continue to do so once I'm fully back to health. But I was great, like, you know, we had like a very, I'm sure you've watched Friends.
Yeah.
You know, so I lived in this tower called Halo Tower, and it was just full of YouTubers. It was such fun. You know, we had literally our flat across the hall had another flat of YouTubers. Downstairs you had YouTubers.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it was probably part of my demise a little bit with my consistency, because it was just partied all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it was hard to work, but it was really fun. You know?
Yeah. What's the lifestyle sort of? Is it as glamorous as it seems? You know, you see all these YouTubers living in a house together and stuff, and like, is it actually like that?
Not to sound like a dick, but it is quite glamorous. You know, like you don't go to work. You wake up, you hang out with your friends, you go to like nice events.
Yeah.
Quite. And you know, I suppose it is. But yeah, doesn't sound like a dick saying that.
I suppose the phrase is, if you do what you love, you never actually work a day in your life. And if you're like, you know, if you're doing like videos on things that you're not going to make videos on something you don't enjoy.
No,
you know what I mean. So,
well,
some people would do if there was.
You sort of, it becomes a job, and then you know. Your main motivation does then become money, and what videos then going to get the most views, and that's actually part of towards the end of when I stopped uploading on YouTube as much. Even before I got long COVID, I was less consistent, and I was putting all my time into getting MaxFit started. That's because I just wasn't enjoying it as much anymore, you know.
Yeah. Was there pressure then, like the upload and like?
Yeah, and then it's that's the negative side of it. It's stressful because it's your whole life is a popularity contest. You know, your whole like I was making good money, but I wasn't making enough money where if this stopped today, like I'd be fine. You know, I was spending a lot of money too. So yeah, it's a stressful job too for the guys that were on my sort of level. If you've gone clear like JJ or one of these big you know, multi mills, but if you're a guy with less than a mil or a mil subscribers or followers, like you really need to, you know, you need to be thinking about what you're doing in 10 years.
Yeah,
you know?
Seriously, when you have 1 million subscribers, like.
Yeah, even then, but you're not making enough to retire. Like,
what is like the type of money though? Like you would be making, say, like you're sitting around like 500,000, 1 million subscribers. Like
YouTube's way more than TikTok. I mean, if you got 500,000 or 1 million on YouTube, you get tens of thousands a month. TikTok, you could still be working on Costa, like.
Oh no,
if you don't know what you're doing.
We know.
You know?
we know. Yeah,
that's the one downside of TikTok. You know, which I've quickly realized, but you know, it is what it is.
What was it you said to me the other day? You were like, I think TikTok shadow banned us, and I was like, what is this mystery word?
It's like
shadow banning is absolutely a thing.
Yeah,
you know?
But like, there was a stage where every video we were posting was getting at least 100k, 50k, and now it's like 1k, 2k, and you're like, what?
It was ever since you went on holiday and you give the login to me, and then I logged on. I was like, maybe it knows I'm from Ballymena.
This is 100% a thing, right? So I recently fucked up my Instagram. My Instagram isn't super active anyway because I didn't post on it for years, but one of my PTs in the gym was telling me like he had this app that could tell you if you followed someone, they unfollowed you. I was like, surely them things don't work. And he's like, no, the work I can see when someone unfollows me. I'm like, right, that's interesting. So I downloaded it. Yeah. And I then got a ban on Instagram for like using a third party app. Fuming. But so I got a 2-day ban, came back, posted a picture, and it had like 10 likes in like an hour. I normally get like 100 in a minute.
Yeah.
You know, I had to delete it. And my stories were getting 10% of the views.
Yeah.
So I had to just not post for a couple of weeks, came back, and it's getting back to normal. But, you know, they definitely shadow banned my account there for suspicious activity. And then TikTok's the same thing. If you get a warning on TikTok, I've heard that you can sort of get your reach suppressed a bit.
There you go.
Apparently it's like a 3-strike type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever got a warning, have we?
I think we got one once. So.
Yeah, TikTok's. Do you find TikTok's really sensitive? Like I'm getting like half my videos age restricted. It's ridiculous.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I know.
I think it's because we posted so many videos. I think at the start we were getting quite a lot
Oh, it's infuriating.
of like warning things that they were a bit.
It just depends on the language, I think.
Did you watch my Coss Island vlog of Harry and Gibb? No.
I seen the TikTok, I think. Yeah.
Sorry, I might not be talking on this mic. I can't do that, can I? Can't look at this guy and talk.
Like
Pick me up.
I've kept like sort of putting the headphones on. I can hear you.
Yeah. I'll try and
if you just work on a swivel, we should be fine.
So that was a vlog of a Coss Island, and I had to kept getting age restricted every time I put it up, and I kept cutting bits out. And what seems to have got it was a wee warning at the bottom of dangerous activities in this video.
Oh.
It was, I said beach buggy at the start, so I think it was age restricting my video because I said beach buggy. Crazy.
Would it be that harsh, like?
Oh, mate,
Because I've heard so many people about, like, is it the first 10 minutes or something if you swear in it?
10
I don't
seconds.
think it's swearing, but and then because I do finance videos, I get financial warnings that age restricted. They say once you get a video age restricted, like the views just stop. Like you're not in the algorithm anymore.
But like Facebook ads is the same. Like if you're copier and stuff, and ads is like a certain word on it. Like if it could be like, flagged for employment or like shit like that. Like it's just.
We got that copyright claim one time, and I think it hasn't went up since. Our views and stuff. Like.
Are you on Facebook? Are you?
No, I work in marketing, like so.
Oh right, yeah. That's handy.
Yeah,
interesting.
I think from we got that copyright claim for one of the videos, we put like a music on it, but I think it's not grown since that. Like.
Yeah.
So that's our excuse. Like.
Which it's crazy because people's livelihoods rely on this stuff, and then you can just get wiped out. It's
interesting though to hear sort of your that's what I was kind of curious about, obviously like pulling back from that, because obviously people, when their channel starts growing, their sort of natural reaction is like, how far can I take this?
Yeah.
And it's a typical thing where like now we've obviously grown up with the likes of like the Sidemen and all, and they're getting to a stage where they're honestly like, you question when does this end? Like when do they all step back and go? Like I feel like that you could, if you've like 410,000 subscribers, so like if you start like not posting or like kind of taking a break, people are going to start sort of making up speculation or probably like asking where have you, whereas the likes of the Sidemen, they've been doing it for so long.
When he went missing, did you not see he posted something? He's like, if I don't reply within like or post within a certain amount of days, he like come along.
And
was this recently?
I think he was going to like a jungle or like the woods to see if he could like survive off the land.
He was going to the Amazon rainforest. That's reasonable enough.
But like he said, if you don't hear from me, I'm probably dead or something. And then like someone came up and was like, he liked his like sister's Instagram post.
Oh no! So he was intentionally leaving in a couple of days.
Yeah, people are like, but like it's a strange
the car park for him.
It's a strange, it's a strange one because like to me it kind of feels like you're so in depth, like sort of that in the depths of so many subscribers, and almost like people rely on you to see your content, and then you just go like, when is the time whenever you go, no, I'm not doing this anymore? I don't think
not many people have got to that point. Really, I can't think.
It's going to be interesting to see for the likes of like say like we've grown up with like the Sidemen and all, and like they're growing, their group channels growing so mad. But it's like when
when you stopped, did you get many people like messaging?
Yeah, people always ask where we went, but I haven't seen any YouTubers yet. They've just decided that's enough. They've either just lost their relevance and fucked off because of that. But like I think the Sidemen will just go on for years and years, and maybe not as the Sidemen, but certainly as individual content creators, because it's hard to say no when that money's coming in. You have to be very, very rich to say no to the money you're making. Like,
I've seen clips of like Harry, like when they're like talking about stopping, and they're like, like pulling back, and he's like, why? Well, what are you gonna do?
People seem to have this. You don't look at traditional media stars and think, when are they just going to call it a day? I think when you get to the stage where the likes of the Sidemen have, or certain like Logan Pauls and all these kind of guys, they're going to be around for life now. I think they're going to be paying some part to play in the media. So you wouldn't ask that question if someone else is not an influencer.
Yeah.
So I think you keep doing it until no one wants to watch anymore.
Yeah. Because it was more that comment, I think, was it KSI or something said, he was like, one day when like I know I'm going to make it, I'm just going to disappear.
He's talking nonsense.
But do you not think part of him loves being famous?
Yeah, he's just this is his wee idea in his head, like, I'm just going to, I think he said I'll just tweet I did it or something. I did it, it's nonsense. He's going to be in the public eye for life, like.
He can't go well, like.
Like I think someone else, a couple of other people have said this, but KSI and Logan Paul for sure. I think will be like rocks and stuff. Like
Yeah.
everyone knows KSI and Logan Paul at our age.
Yeah.
Think about when we're 50 and 60. They're not going anywhere. Like
Yeah.
they're going to be crazy famous.
Yeah.
People don't realize it right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I suppose like it's like you can venture into different things. You'll always be in the public eye,
Exactly,
but it's
yeah.
mainly that like going back to like your roots of where you started to, like like the whole YouTube thing. Like as he could go in and start doing movies, but then when does the YouTube sort of scene sort of stop?
yeah.
KSI could end up
yeah.
taking Bradley Walsh's job on the chase or
Yeah,
something
there
like when
you
he's,
go.
when he's older.
100%.
Something like that.
You'll definitely you're bound to see some people venture into the
Yeah.
movie industry at some point. It'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see who does that.
I think Logan Paul and KSI will do that. Like Logan Paul's in WWE now. Like
see
it's
Logan doing it, yeah.
Sort of that's the pathway.
I don't know if
really.
it's like JJ as an actor though, to be honest.
No.
I don't know. Like he just seems to do anything he wants to do. He just
Could you
does
see
it, though,
Harry
like.
Styles as an actor though?
Yeah. I haven't actually watched any of his movies, to be honest.
I
Yeah.
watched that fucking, what do you call it?
Don't worry, darling.
Oh, God. But he was good in Dunkirk, to be fair.
Yeah.
like.
Didn't really
He's just
do
a
much in
beautiful
Dunkirk
man,
though.
like, he can do
Yeah.
anything he wants. Like.
Yeah.
What about the YouTube boxing? You're in one of the first YouTube boxing events.
Yeah, first big one. Yeah, well, the first
Metal.
one really.
Yeah.
That was an interesting
You
experience.
fought Gibb.
I got absolutely clamoured, like, but it was. I didn't train for it.
Did you not?
Well, I
know?
sort of trained for it for a couple of weeks, and then, as I say, back then I was big into I was just going out all the time, and
Yeah.
I got into training camp, came back for Christmas. It's sort of the start of December. The fight was in February. And then I just never came back till like the end of January because it's just, I was just having a good time here, And my coach was fuming, and but I'm glad I did it. It was a really good experience,
Yeah.
It was incredible. Like it was a Copbox Arena. I think it was 8,000 people or something. So,
Flip.
Yeah, similar to sort of SSE
Yeah.
size.
Yeah. Whoa.
And then I think there was 1.2 million viewers on me in Gibbs fight.
Yeah.
Which I got a bit of stick for, but
That's mad.
Yeah.
he was 15 kg heavier than me, so I'll say that.
Yeah. What's it like preparing for something like that? Because I feel like
asking the
everybody
wrong guy,
not,
mate.
no, but what's it like not preparing for it? Was obviously, like you say, you didn't really do much, but at
Yeah.
the same time, what's it like on the build up to like you're obviously in like your sparring camp and your training, and then you actually get into like the real thing? Because I feel like a lot of people throw this statement around, we're like,
Yeah.
I'd get in box as lugs out. Like.
Oh, it's that's another thing that actually drained my energy. I feel on the day I had a bit of drama with the coaches and stuff, and I turned up, the coaches weren't there, and I was really stressed out. Because in the fight itself, I gassed out. In the first round, I was fucking gassed, like I couldn't move. Whereas in sparring, even when I was doing a bit of sparring the last couple of weeks, I could get to the third round. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, as for the actual night, shitting myself. But weirdly, when I walked out in front of everyone, the nerves just went away.
Yeah.
Nerves just went away. As soon as I saw the audience, I was in it. I was gassed.
Yeah.
But
No turning back.
behind the stage, I was shitting my pants. Like,
Yeah.
oh, shitting it.
Whenever you were up there, did you just sort of forget everything? That you
Yeah,
were taught?
I was just fucking, let's go for it,
Yeah.
and then got knocked out. But but yeah, weirdly it wasn't nervous in the ring. It was a great experience. I'm glad I did it. Yeah, it's a shame I didn't keep going because these guys are all getting paid so much money now.
mental.
It has got
Fucking,
massive now. Like,
I got paid peanuts for what people are getting paid now. Like,
Yeah.
Even
know,
like JMX was
he's
fighting
coming.
there.
He's coming back first time in 4 years. We'll just did.
Yeah.
So if I was healthy, I could probably have a little comeback fight.
And do you plan on like getting back into the YouTube scene? Like,
Oh,
do you-
100%.
Yeah. And are you is it gonna be more like the money sort of side of things? or what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, one of the reasons I started doing TikTok as well is it's short clips, so I can manage it with my energy.
Yeah.
If it's come back to YouTube, to be honest, I'd probably move back to London and
Yeah.
I'd keep do different shit. I'd keep the money stuff separate. I think.
Yeah.
Like I miss being the entertainer, I guess.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
it difficult now though? Like, cause like what sort of videos would you do now? Is it difficult? Like, I suppose like years ago you were doing like FIFA and what sort of.
Well, no, the FIFA. I was a big prank guy.
Yeah.
After the
Yeah.
FIFA, so I gave up the FIFA a couple of years before I gave up the YouTube. My most popping moments were when I was doing pranks
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
crazy videos. So I could see myself doing. Did you watch Will and E?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of that sort of content I could see
Yeah.
myself doing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll think about that when it comes to it.
Like a react. Like
Not react. Well,
yeah.
no, just sort of like just cool. Like
They do like the delivery
Yeah.
pranks and all.
I've
that,
got a
stuff
video
like
idea. I don't know if I want to give away my video idea. So this is something I have in my head. Just content like this. So my a friend of mine from Belfast. He's a really good singer.
Right.
And
Is it Ryan McMullen?
no,
I knew you were going to say
No,
that.
definitely. He does not need my help.
I knew you were going to say
I love
that.
Ryan McMullen, by the way. Top guy. Great songs. But you threw me off. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I have a friend who's a good singer. But he just doesn't have the balls to go for it. Like, you know, like he's been offered a wee gig here too in the bars.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the balls to go and just pay the money for the kit. Maybe do a bit of busking. So I'd quite like to maybe get in touch with a few bars, a couple of like maybe like a Ryan McMullen, who knows? Pay for the guy for all his kit, get him a gig set up, say, listen mate, you're here tonight, here's your stuff, and you know, that'd be a cool video, you know?
Yeah.
Just
Throw him into the deep end.
throw him into the deep end,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And I have a cousin who's a very good comedian, same thing. Just think that's one video idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in fairness, I think like with that video idea, I think it would sort of flop if he done well.
If he done well?
The video would flop.
If he done well?
Yeah, would it not be a better video if he failed?
No, I don't think so. I think it's one of them like goosebumps videos,
Yeah.
like
Feel good videos.
he's achieving his dreams and he gets up there and he kills it.
Shattering
He's
my friend's
fucking-
confidence
you know
and
what I mean?
dreams.
That would be funny, but
It's a win-win, I suppose.
it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Well, if he's very average, he's just fucked it then, hasn't he?
Shit's gonna show up and just crash the game.
Yeah. So like
trash.
just cool content, you know, like yeah.
Yeah. We
You know?
had sort of toyed with we have done YouTube videos and stuff before, but I think we always do them and then we always go, this doesn't feel like us, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't feel
it is
feels
hard,
weird.
like.
Yeah.
What sort of YouTube videos have you tried?
We've done like vlogs where we literally it's kind of like an offset from this podcast where like the whole podcast is based around like us three just chatting crap, but like the thing is we're in a room, whereas the vlogs are more us three heading out just doing
Vlogging in
stuff.
Belfast?
No, like we went and done like
Hard to find stuff to
we
do,
went and done
like,
like
I don't
foot
think
golf.
I could do that. Like. It's
Went and done
hard.
like foot golf and all.
Okay,
Like just a
fair
day
enough.
out like where we like, do you know?
Yeah, it's hard to give views on vlogs.
Yeah, and it was just like we were noticing the clips were doing better, but then the clips were just an offset from the podcast as well. But we did a thing with like a brand there recently. We were in Belfast, like approaching people.
Oh Jesus!
No.
It's hard.
What
Like,
were you doing?
And it's
it
like
was like, do you know Dale Farm? Like?
Hey,
Dale Farm.
Dale Farm.
Yeah.
Dale Farm.
Yeah, we're doing like sort of to do with their ice creams and the different
brand
characters. Yeah,
Go
but
ahead,
it was
boys.
like it was hard. Like it was hard though going
Here's
up to
the
people.
crack, makes money.
So yeah, get me. I mean, Dale Farm brand deal sounds alright.
Yeah.
So you were doing what? You had an ice cream, asking them for what?
Yeah,
just
so it's
going
like they're a cool crew. Which is like all the ice lollies, so it's like Mr. Frosty and all, but like it was all like it was like PG stuff. So
Right.
it was like, like if you had to pick one of these personalities out of these ice cream brands, which one are you? And people had to be like, oh, I'm Mr. Cool or whatever. It was grand. Some of the reactions were pretty funny,
yeah.
but some of them were pretty. We approached Jelvis.
Jealous? What? I
Yeah,
haven't met
yeah.
Jealous. I keep meaning to go in and.
It's a local celeb now.
He's a
Like.
top guy, like.
And like I was over and I was like, oh, if you were to be a personality, and he just like took Mr. Frosty out of my hands, just opened it up in front of the camera and just started singing, and I was like, you just
Yes.
this is
Show
this is
man, like,
conscious.
come on.
I'm worried about his survival during the winter here. You know, how's Jelvis going to rock a North Face jacket? Like, you know,
I know.
He's going to be Shelvis and dress up as Santa or something like that.
that'll work. That'll actually work. But the public videos, who was recording that? Did you have the Dale Farm supply cameraman? Or
Yeah, no, it's like a videographer.
I find public videos, they're so hard. But once you get the first one or two takes, you're all right. But they're so
Do you not think you could?
anxious. Like,
But like, why do you think everyone moves over to London? Like?
um,
Because like you look at the big ones, like we were chatting about Olivia Neal and all, and even like what do you call her, India Sasha?
Yeah.
Like
is India Sasha over in London?
she's went over and done like TV shows and stuff. Now, like.
Yeah, she's just popping over for a bit of work.
Yeah.
Well, I think, you know, I only went there because my friends were all there. So I started off, all of us on Skype groups,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
all little nerds in our rooms, like.
Yeah.
And then we all started going to these game events together, and we thought we'll all go to London. So that was why I moved to London.
Yeah.
And then I think Olivia Neal, from what I can see, I think she has friends over there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's more just you talk to other people in your sphere.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
most of them in the UK are in London.
Yeah.
So you go to London, you know?
Do you think knowing what you know now, like if you had to start again, would you like to start here or somewhere like London? Like,
I don't know what you mean. What, start here?
So, like,
like,
if to give yourself like the best chance to get like growing big, do you think you'd be better off like if you were based here or based over in
I
London?
find with Northern Ireland there seems to be a bit of a danger of like just really limiting yourself to Northern Ireland with the kind of content people do here. Like they make it too culturally Northern Irish.
Yeah.
Do you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like I feel like a
niche.
lot of the guys I see on TikTok, I just look at them like you're not making it outside the Northern Ireland bubble here. Like the way you're coming across.
Yeah.
But then people give you stick for it too, you know. So what way you talking, you ball bag, like, you know.
I know.
I feel like though it's like a thing where you naturally just flick to, like we always say it, that, you know, how do we appeal to people who aren't from Northern Ireland, from Ireland? Yeah. And then we, like, in every podcast probably we make some sort of reference that you're not gonna get if you're not from here. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you don't have to cut it. Well, I get what you're saying, but
like, then you look at like Adam B, you know, like he's obviously grown like a lot, and I think you know, he obviously his stuff, like he done a video
from your clips. I feel like he's talking about quite relevant things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't see he's talking about too much Northern Ireland stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
that's where it all started. Stephen Nolan.
I would definitely be like, just don't get me wrong, it's still beneficial to do the Northern Ireland content because it's easier to get that initial reach. Yeah, but I would definitely keep throwing in the UK broad stuff like you are, you know.
Yeah. I think like when I get into the whole the gym thing, the Max Fit. Yeah. I think that's an interesting one to get into because he's like, I think you see a lot of people sort of as they get older, they sort of diversify into different things, and for you it was obviously the gym. What brought that about? Back to the, you know, I was saying earlier, like, you know, a lot of, you know, I couldn't have just stopped doing YouTube and been fine for the rest of my life, so I was always very conscious of, right, I'm not getting to the stage where I've got 5 million subs here and I'm making absolute mills on mills, you know. So I need to sort my future out here. And there was I just always knew where I've come from. Normally there was an opportunity for a good big gym in the centre. So that was my focus for the last couple of years of YouTube, just making sure I was putting some money aside and just waiting for the right opportunity to pop up. So that was solely it. It was just to purely set myself up for the future, you know, remove that stress. That's what's the nice thing about now I'm coming back to making content. You know, I've got that hustle to try and make money. Like I can just chill out. Like, you know, I've turned down a lot of brand deals in the Max Make. I haven't done any brand deals yet. I've turned down a lot of brand deals because you know, I've got that other income. Whereas if I was doing this a few years ago, I probably have 10 brand deals on Max Makes Money already, which would be holding it back. You know, like back when I was posting on my YouTube channel, you know, there's brand deal every week. Like it wasn't good for the content. You know, 3 minute bloody So I forget the question, to be honest. What was the question? It's just about the gym. Like, it's just because it's an interesting one because obviously, like,
yes, why to start it?
I think it's a weird one because obviously you were doing YouTube and stuff, and I don't know, did you have an editor or did you like employ anybody at that stage to like help out with videos?
I started out without an editor. Towards the end I had an editor. So
what was it like sort of transition over to now like running like a business and like do you obviously like employ people to work within it? Like what was that sort of transition like from doing the YouTube videos to then actually like people are relying on me here for like incomes and whatnot? Like how was that sort of when you started out doing that?
Yeah, I don't know. It came quite naturally, to be honest. It big shift in what I was doing. But to be honest, I run the business with my brother as well. So my brother, we're 50-50 on it, and he's the one that's on all the staff's ass. Like that's not done right. That's not done. I'm the laid back one coming in. You know, everyone knows if I'm around, they can just do what they want. Like, fucking go for it, lads. Whereas my brother's he's the one that takes over that, like,
sort of thing.
Yeah. So to be honest, I don't really.
It's a cool one though because like at least you can. It's something that you can keep. And did the Max Makes Money? Did that come? Kind of was that birthed with the gym? Because I've seen a lot of stuff that you did recently, well a while back, where you were talking about kind of like the intricacies of like how much did this cost for running it? Is that where kind of Max Makes Money came
because
from?
You know, I'm in a situation where I want to come back to making content. I'm not over in London with everyone around me anymore, and it's just what I'm into now. You know, like I'm into. I have the Max Fit, I have the hyperbaric business, and I'm also an avid investor in sort of, you know, stocks, crypto, whatever. That's what I spend my time on. That's the content I watch online. I watch finance guys. So yeah, that's why I made Max Makes Money. It's not just about personal wealth. It's also about you know, business. although I'm kind of steering away from the business because I've realized that it's not as relatable. Like, you know, everyone wants to know what to do with their money, but not everyone cares about how to run a business.
Yeah.
You know? So I might step away from that a little bit more.
And what would be like some of your tips with like investing money and like growing your sort of personal wealth, I suppose?
It's so simple. Like for a start, just start early. So people don't realize the power of compound interest. You know, if I started investing £200 a month when I was 18, which I know isn't realistic for an 18-year-old, but it's just an example. 10 years, that would be £40,000 or so from like a £12,000 investment. The next 10 years, that would go to 160,000, and then in 30 years, when you're 48, it'd be £500,000. You know, how many 48-year-olds have £500,000?
Yeah,
not many. You can do a lot with £500,000.
Yeah,
but if you start when you're my age, 28, well, now when I'm 38, I've got 40 grand. The guy started at 18's got 160.
Yeah,
and that's just an example of just like start investing early. You know, even if you're 18, whether it's 50 quid a month, put your 50 quid a month in. When you can spend £100 a month, do £100. I wish I did that. I spent 2/3 of my time making money on YouTube, just spending like a maniac, like not thinking about my future, you know.
And what is it you're investing in?
So I have a few private investments in companies, and then just S&P 500 and crypto at the minute, like you know. Well, actually, I've cashed out a lot into cash. So I'm waiting to see if things drop a bit more in 2023. Yeah. But I'll be going straight back in. S&P 500, big advocate for it, and maybe 25% of my portfolio in Bitcoin.
What do you think of crypto at the minute?
So I'm not a crypto expert. Yeah. But I think it's very likely like that it's not just going to go to zero in the next 10 years. So I think it's worth having even a small percentage of your portfolio on it. Yeah. You know, like I was around, I remember 2017 when Bitcoin and crypto just started going to the moon, and I was telling you I was living in the flat in front of me was Calix. Yeah. And I remember him telling me about, my mate Finch as well, my roommate, about Ethereum. It was like $10 or something. And it went from $10 to like $30 or something. It's now like 3,000. But I remember saying, oh no man, I've missed the pump. You know, Bitcoin was on like $700, and they were all like fucking, you just got it for 200. I missed the pump. Yeah. If I had just bought, then oh my
even
god,
just 30
one Bitcoin.
Yeah. So I have been through, but what actually I say that I did then invest a bit as it went, like another month or two later. When it really peaked, like I bought this coin called ICX for like $12, and I was reading online it's going to go to $100. It went to like 20 cents. I bought it, the $12 was the highest. Yeah. So that was my first experience with crypto, and then it all went to zero. Well, not zero, but near to it. And for years I was like, crypto's a scam. Yeah. And then it boomed again. And then luckily enough, I got in just early enough this time. I did quite well off it. But now I'm not making that same mistake. You know, I'm convinced there will be another boom. Yeah. And now's the perfect time to start buying.
Yeah. Do you think it'll be as extreme as the last one?
Probably not, no. But I think we'll see Bitcoin hit $100,000 in the next boom. Yeah. And you know, what's it at? 19,000 now. I'm hoping to get some for about maybe 15, 12,000. And we loading up. That's a sick return on investment for a few years time. Yeah, you know, that's not guaranteed, but like it's fairly likely, and that's you're not getting that kind of odds anywhere else. Yeah, that's you know. So my advice for starting would be if you're 18, you're 18, 19, just start get into it now. You're not too young. You're never too young. Yeah, start investing now, and you will be thankful in 10 years time. You'll thank yourself for that. You have to go for. Everyone thinks investing is super risky. Like, it's not. Just go for a safe index fund.
Even when I say to my girlfriend, I'll be like, "Oh, like I'm going to start like putting money away, like into like an S&P 500." Like I've always said, it started like when I turned 25. Yeah. And she's like, "Well, like what is that? Like, is that not just like gambling? Do you know what I mean? But like, it's just like people just
all
do
the
have
richest
that
people want to gamble now. You know,
that's what I was explaining that.
Yeah. So. That would be the tip.
What was I was looking at the other day? Was it Drake or something? Like lost a mad bet on. I forget what he actually bet on. I think is he betting on the Barcelona match or something?
He does that stake, so he bets like it's basically like a crypto trade. We bet like when he's betting all the time. So he'd bet the other day on roulette and won like fucking 500 grand or something.
He's a big gambler, is he?
Yeah. I read that he bet on Barcelona, like he bet on some football game or something, and he lost a mad amount of money. And then that night he went and he just put like I don't know how much on red. and won like a mad amount of money. Like.
I don't get where the buzz, like, what's he worth? Hundreds of millions? What's the buzz in gambling? Like,
I suppose
make a mill or two, like,
I suppose so. It's like, you know, one of us, like, if we went to like a casino and put whatever, like, you know, £500 on red and I hit black, like, that would be a mad hit. Whereas for him, he's just like, that's just it's just FU money. I suppose
he can buy everything anywhere. Like, what's
Like, actually,
you
good point,
win,
because even, for example, that bet I won the other day, ridiculous bet, West Ham to miss a penalty against Liverpool. 25 to 1.
Random,
so random. But like £1,000, you know, like if I make £1,000, if someone gives me £1,000 for a brand deal, you know, I'm not screaming like yes. Whereas I was buzzing with that grand, like. So I get your point, but I still think Drake is even above that. This is like
he's too rich.
You know, he's so rich, he's got so much to be buzzing about. You know, I seen he did a bet with Molly and Paddy though.
Yeah. Did you ever, just going back to your original sort of comment there about the whole brand deal thing, has that always been something you've kind of steered away from, or like have you ever done brand deals?
Oh no, when I was doing YouTube, I was big on the brand deal because
man needs to make money.
Like I was so infuriating. So because I made sort of quite like cursed and all, it wasn't the most ad friendly content. My CPM was terrible. So I got 5 million views one month. I was getting maybe $4,000 or $5,000, right? Yeah, and then someone else, one of my other mates, would get 5 million views, and he'd be getting like $30,000. Like, that's the difference. And I would just be, it was infuriating. Like, this guy, I'm making getting the same views as all you guys. I'm getting like a fifth of it was insane, infuriating. So I had to take all the brand days, like. So people.
What is like the best sort of like brand you've worked with? Like, what's been the sort of, is there any where they've got in contact and you've been like, oh my God.
I've worked with Coca-Cola a couple of times and Vauxhall. Went to actually the Northern Ireland, the Euros of Vauxhall.
Sick.
And where else? Vauxhall, Coca-Cola, probably the two big ones. There's definitely some other ones I'm forgetting. Maybe PlayStation. There's a big one there I'm forgetting. But probably Coca-Cola's the biggest.
It's probably like a cool thing as well. Like, if you sort of do, if you start off doing the gaming videos and whatnot, like the likes of PlayStation approaching you for a brand deals, like a mad, like that's probably like everybody's dream. Whereas like I feel like you get all these random brands. Like, we've got a pile of rubbish in our inbox sometimes. I just delete half of them. They're so weird. Do
you not hear them out like this? If they're rubbish, do you say no matter what the money is?
They're definitely there's shot if you've seen them, you know.
They're yet to be ones that like are legit, if that makes sense. Like, there's been a few. Don't get me wrong. There's been I say a few, maybe three. There's been maybe three that have been in contact and sort of been like, we're thinking of doing this. How would that? And like, we're 100% open to like any real opportunity.
We definitely got a deal for them, bro.
We really need money.
I know it is,
but like. That was a kind of once in a
Deal Farm's a sick brand, dude. Like, it's a legit company right there.
And it makes sense. I think we were buzzing because obviously Northern Ireland brand, like, it makes sense. It sort of fits in with the narrative of what we do. So it was the first one, I think, where we sat back and went and like we done a collab with like Outside In and stuff, and like we're all in the clothes and Outside Ins from over here and stuff, so it makes sense. But it's just weird ones that you get along the lines of like, sign up to this app and we'll send you 4 free Sony headphones and you do a review and you're like, no,
never take a freebie deal. Like,
I feel like this is a good maybe a good topic to get into it with yourself, because it's never been something that like we sort of started the podcast as I don't think we really anticipated how far it would go, and it's like one of them things now where we're doing it and like people are coming and we are like kind of sitting back
people
going, what do we do here?
You're drinking, you ever get someone
outside?
Thomas always gets recognised.
Which one?
Thomas, me and Shay don't.
I'm the star.
Why do I think that?
We're just background.
I suppose you are the star.
I get why you would, but I don't understand why.
The thing is, I'm always at like the first 10 seconds.
He added the clips.
How many followers do I have?
He edits the clips, but so he always makes himself look the best in them.
We've done well.
He's not disagreeing.
I've done well. I'm just the most entertaining. Like,
fair enough.
I'm best looking, lad.
Yeah,
we'll leave that one out.
We'll like that one.
Let's talk about that. But it's a strange one. Like like no one ever like.
You still get recognised.
Yeah,
surely when people recognise him, they're like, "Oh, what's crack, boys?"
Usually the other two guys who do that podcast with him.
Literally. oh, there's Thomas. Oh, and there's them other two. Me and Jared say, yeah. We just prop them up.
Don't be so hard on yourself, kids.
But it's a strange one. Like I remember we were in Derry that time, and like
Derry was
oh
probably
my
the
days, that was just weird.
Like,
I mean, within the space of like a couple of hours, we had so many people come up and be like, lads, you do that podcast, and we're like, yeah. But it was nice, you know, people being like, lads, you do that podcast, because every time we're in Belfast, we always go, you're them boys from TikTok. You're them boys from TikTok, and it's like, no, we're much more.
But
than
it was
that.
even in Derry, like during the day, like you get set. Boys came up doing nights out or whatever, but like we were walking through Derry during the day, and boys were like stopping us, being like, "Oh well, lads," and you're like, "What the fuck?"
You get the ones in the
Do you enjoy? Do you like that? Like, or do you find it?
Everyone's been saying like we haven't had.
It's nice to be appreciated.
Yeah,
it's cool,
it's definitely like it's cool. Like I would never like it's cool like to be recognized for something that you actually like enjoy doing and like you put effort into, if that makes sense. But I don't think anybody like prepares you for like what to, because at the end of the day, like the three of us just we wake up with 9 to 5
Have you
jobs.
not had a few ear bashings on like a bar? Sometimes people just talk to me about.
Have you ever had like any weird interactions with people? Like,
I wouldn't say weird, no, but it's just the same interaction every time.
Yeah.
Especially when they talk with FIFA, and I was like, oh, I don't like FIFA anymore. You know.
What's the sort of thing? Because obviously, like we've got you on the podcast not to maybe exploit our faults, but like we've obviously got you on here and we're asking you about like sort of generic, you know, the generic questions about like how you start it off and all. Is there any questions that people ask about like YouTube or whatever that kind of makes you go? Ugh. People ask me this all the time, like along the lines of how did you start? Or
yeah,
like,
the FIFA stuff, like it's just I can't picture the question right now, like, but people are just always asking me about like stuff going on.
Do you still play it or
FIFA,
whatever?
and I'm like, I don't know, man. I haven't played it for years. I hate it. Like,
Yeah.
or even when they YouTube, like, I'm on the spot now. I'm struggling, but
Yeah.
it is the same conversation very often.
Yeah.
just about I used to watch you, man. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And the same like 10 minutes just talk about FIFA and.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, like,
Yeah.
but I appreciate way more conversation with someone who's like, oh, what's crack, Max, and then we just talk about something else.
Yeah.
I'll sit and talk to you all night then.
Yeah.
But if you're talking to me about FIFA,
Yeah.
like, I'm getting out of there. Like,
Pack anybody this week?
yeah, that's one of the last night. That's not start telling me they packed on me, and I packed fucking De Bruyne last night, and I'm like, oh, class, class, you know.
Do you ever
like,
just go, I don't really give a fuck, man?
I do kind of nice way. Like,
You're filling your origin story.
yeah, don't play FIFA anymore, mate, you know.
Because we were just talking about like dickhead celebrities and all like the whole James Corden thing.
Yeah.
And I sort of get it. When people are like coming up asking people for photos all the time, you get this thing, you're just like, oh fuck.
I'd never be rude, like, but yeah, no, I've never been rude, but I get why some guys would just stop, just like, almost
For me, it's
ignore
the like it doesn't annoy me greatly, but like whenever people are like, you're them boys from TikTok, like it's like, yeah, we do more than like we have a podcast, but it's like you're never like the podcast is like a podcast, and then it's like TikTok's just like the biggest thing we have, so it's always like, you're them boys from TikTok. You embrace it. You're just like, yeah, I am. I'm the face.
Is it always guys?
Well, how
It's like 99.9% fellas that recognize me, like never a girl.
We've had
There's never girls asking you about FIFA on the bar.
That's not how, you know, it's why FIFA. Like, I did pranks for years, but after FIFA, you know,
I feel like it's probably like 80%, but I feel like men are more confident coming up and asking you.
That could be it too.
You know,
that could be it.
That's
too.
what we tell ourselves.
It's probably a bit awkward for a girl to come up and ask like three lads.
Yeah.
How you doing, basically?
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
So there's loads of girls who know you whenever you're out, like, but they're just afraid to come up.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's made your day. What's like the biggest video you've done, or the most money you've made on a video?
The most viewed video got deleted, and it was shameful. There was back in the day, it's like strip FIFA and like getting hot girls in videos was a big trend.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so easy to get views. So I hired like 2 strippers from Northern Ireland, and I hired this like this 3
strippers in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, I found them. There's not many, but I found them.
You found the only 2 strippers.
There's actually a funny story for this. So I hired these 2 strippers, and like some like 3G pitch somewhere in Belfast.
Right.
So first of all, the owner was like, "What is going on here?" When I arrived with these 2 girls, like in Liverpool tops and high heels. But funny enough, I was sitting chatting this stripper. But the video got 5.5 million views. Something blew up.
Oh
big.
my god!
Fuck. So I was talking to this girl, one of the strippers. She's like, they were like quite older strippers, like in their 30s, like. And
like their 70s.
She's like, oh, you do YouTube? You do YouTube? Oh, my son loves YouTube. So actually, see when I go on my YouTube app, all I see is FIFA, and I was like, oh fuck, I didn't say anything, but her son 1,000,000% watched my videos. Like I was the FIFA guy in Northern Ireland, and the son was clearly obsessed with FIFA. I couldn't put it at that point, like so. Like this son 100% saw his mum doing Max plays FIFA strip football, like, and shocking. Like, but what could I do? It was paid for, and the video got 6 million views. So
that's sick.
I can imagine, like, you know, the two strippers. They're paid to do the clues in the name strip, and then
So I was
I'm looking to make a video. They're just like, this guy is dodgy.
My defense, like, this was the trend. Do you know what I mean? I was just stepping it up. But yeah, weirdly, once everything got a bit more woke in society these days, like that video got deleted like 3 years later.
Yeah,
you know, it was fine for 3 years.
And was it making money and all?
The CPM wasn't great because it was strip football, but you know, it got maybe £10,000 or something off it.
Sick.
Decent, like,
covered
for
the
5
strippers.
million, but for 5 million view video, it wasn't good. Like.
Yeah.
What did they say whenever you quit, like, asked them to do it?
I explained it. Like, people back then didn't really know much about each. I don't think they realized how big it would be.
Yeah.
So I think that makes it stranger. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm in this, but like big YouTuber sort of video. It's like, this guy wants to make a YouTube video.
Yeah, I did another one. Like, this is around the time. I think it's called Strip FIFA with my girlfriend, and I hired some model to do Strip FIFA with my girlfriend, pretentious my girlfriend. That's what people were doing back then. And that blew up, got like 2 million views, and I don't think she expected I don't think she realized like how much attention it would get.
Yeah, sure.
And like she wasn't happy about it. But it was what it was.
Yeah. It's all about the views. Like.
Is there any videos where you've proper like went into like a pile of effort and it's just flopped, like unsurprisingly?
Yes. Well, so I did a Conor McGregor picks up girls video. Did you ever see that? No, it was a pretty good video, like pretty cringe, like, but it was funny. So I got like a makeup artist to make me look like Conor McGregor, and I thought I was going to do mills, and it did all right, like, but I was got this whole outfit on, like fake beard attached to me, hit sort of Covent Gardens, and it was a really good video. Yeah. And it just didn't pop. Again, this is when McGregor was the guy. I thought I was going to get Mills. Didn't get Mills. Did a Fortnite pickup line. Why am I just going to all the pickup stuff? I gotta think of some other videos I did. The Conor McGregor one I'd go for. But they weren't all fucking stripping and pickup videos. Like, I did a lot of cool pranks, I think. Yeah. You know?
I feel like it would be absolutely heartbreaking if you like spent a pile of money on a video thinking like, right, this is going to return, you know. But like, is that kind of what the game's about? Is it like, you know, like, are you expecting to make? Well, obviously you're expecting to make more.
I would
than what
always
you
need
spent
my
on
money
it.
back, like off a video. Even like, you know, I don't think I ever had any video cost more than £1,000 or two.
Yeah,
you know, I would have spent £1,000 a lot on most videos, I would say. Yeah, you know, like, you know, just did these car pranks. Like, I covered my mate's new BMW in chocolate, like completely melted. Spent there all night. I was really proud of this video. It was a really good video. So I got loads of chocolate from Asda. I spent like fucking £600 on chocolate, like, and then like we gas canister in the 24-hour car park. Spent all night just covering it in chocolate, and you know, that, like, so stuff like that would always cost about £1,000. You know, it was a cool video. That I'll show you the picture.
Nice.
It's like a big chocolate car.
Did it stick right? Like,
I'll show you it now. Can I get it up? It's all right.
Yeah.
This is probably one of my proudest videos. I just thought it came out really well, you know.
I feel like it's one of those things you get halfway through and you'd be like,
shit, we're not getting into that in this place, boys. No.
No. Do you know? Is it on your Instagram or whatever?
It's on my Instagram. Yeah, if you go to Max Makes Money, not Max Plays FIFA. Sorry.
I think I get so hyped about doing something like that there, and then like you'd start it and you just be like halfway through and you'd be like, can't be fucked anymore. Like, is that
because I know it was going to do well. So the motivation's there. Like,
it's clickbaity. Like,
I did another video which is really
holy moly.
You got it up?
Yeah, is it BM?
Yeah.
Jesus.
How sick's that? Like,
that's sick.
Yeah,
that's really
really proud of that.
Did you do that,
moly.
Yeah, well, it took about 8 hours.
And does your mate know when you're doing these?
They didn't know that one, no. Definitely, I swear to God, they didn't know.
How did you get it to stick?
Just dried.
Did it?
Yeah.
I thought it would just
Big
slid off the side.
No, I just rubbed it all over. Like, it took a long time.
And how did he get it off?
It all flaked off for the most part. Then went to a car wash, and it was a bit of hassle, like, but we got it off. That was what I was worried about. Like, I really hope the paint doesn't come off here, because this is going to become more than £1,000 video. And then there was another video I did, which was just a ball ache that didn't do as well as I was thinking. I paid for an iPhone with just pennies, so like, that's it there. So
yeah,
£1,000 pennies.
Yes.
And like it was so much effort. I went to so many different banks because you only get so many pennies, and it was so heavy.
Yeah.
Really hard video to record.
Yeah.
It did all right. It didn't really bang. That was disappointing. It was really disappointing. To be honest.
Yeah.
Where did you go to bed?
I found a guy online was selling an iPhone, and then it just turned up. It's like £1,000 pennies, and I was expecting, by the way, to
Be told
have to like give him
yeah.
an extra couple £100. I did give him an extra £100 after the video, like, but I was expecting him to maybe not take it, you know, or have to
pissed
pay
off
more
or
than
something,
£100 or pissed off. But he was sound. He was like, yeah,
No bother.
yeah. So I was like, fucking right, but I still get my £100 extra.
Did they
Like,
try to go into an Apple store now?
why did I not do that? That's a good idea.
Because I think, is there not some law that they have to take it, like?
Yeah, it's currency. at the end
I
of the
think
day,
I
yeah.
think that's bullshit.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, I
that's
think
bullshit.
you're
Well, they can
sort of
refuse
thinking about
anyone's
the,
custom, like,
the
can't they?
traffic tickets things. Where like if you have a traffic ticket or whatever, like I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, I paid for my traffic ticket in like dimes or whatever it is in America." I think in America you have to take, like, if it's a fine, they have
I'm
to
pretty
take
sure
whatever
it's a
people
law,
can.
like.
Yeah,
If
people coming in with big
if it's
buckets,
a government body, like
Yeah.
but I don't think Apple have to take £1,000, you know. But
Yeah.
it'd still be funny to get the reaction,
yeah.
you know.
It's completely a weird story, but the other day we went like on a work team building trip to Portrush, and we parked in a couple of guys parked in this car park, and we came back and a few of them had got like tickets,
Right.
but it wasn't an actual like one of them ones that the council ran. It was like an independent one. So all these boys were like, "Oh, I've got a ticket and all." Then this one guy who works for us, Champion, just came along and was like, "Don't pay it because they can't force you to pay it." And everybody was like, "Yeah, I'm just going to leave it." He's like, "They'll send letters, but legally you don't have to."
Well, affect your credit score, no?
They would, because it's not actually like control. It's like a private
Was a
car
private
park.
company?
Yeah,
Always read
it's a
about that.
private
then?
company. Yeah.
Always read about that.
I did not know that at
Oh,
all.
see that building we lived in London? We had like well, I don't drive, but my friends all had like just thousands of these parking tickets.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything about it.
Well, can they not lift your car if you are parked
Well,
again
it
in
was-
there?
it was in-
you know, if you're in the place again.
I
and
guess so,
you're
but I
fine.
don't think they did that. I think it's because we were residents in the building.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
why they were getting. Maybe they had to. I don't know why they were getting charged, but yeah, there was some sort of parking ticket situation in the car park. And
Yeah.
no one ever paid it.
That's like me. If I go down to the M50 again, I have like 10 fines from the M50 toll
Yeah.
down in Dublin.
I'd always be
He's a
paranoid though,
wanted
just
man,
about them affecting my credit score. Like,
But it's
Yeah.
private too,
yeah,
so it's not.
doesn't mean they
government,
can't
so-
get you
I know.
wee swipe
Yeah.
on your credit score. Like,
Yeah.
Jay goes to get a mortgage now. They're like, nope.
What about all these £1,000 fucking toll fines you have here?
my credit score's like been fucked for a couple of years. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like 3 years. So when I was living in London, it was a bit better now. But when I was living in London, so my letters were coming to Belfast. Never really switched my address over. So I had this like 5G dongle, paying like £5 a month EE.
Yeah.
So I was getting letters. I made like a new business account and stuff. So I wasn't really using this bank account anymore. And I'd missed a load of months of this £5 a month dongle from EE.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't paying it. My credit score, like, it takes 6 years to go off your credit score. My
Yeah.
credit score is like,
Oh my
I went into Curry's one day to get a laptop and my credit score was rejected. I'm like, what? Had to look online. EE screwed me.
Oh
It's
my
not right, that like
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
£5 as well.
£5 like.
That's ridiculous.
So be careful with your credit score, boys. Pay your bills. You know.
I think we've digressed. We've talked about everything. I think that's a good place to end it. You got anything you want to add?
Who's going to win in a boxing fight, Logan or Jake Paul or KSI?
It's gotta be Jake right now, like, and
Yeah.
I hate to say that, like, but I struggle to see JJ catching up on Jake. You know, we'll see what happens with Anderson Silva though.
Yeah, I think he'll beat him. I think that'll be
You
it.
think Jake will beat Anderson?
No, I think Anderson will beat him.
I don't think that'll be it though. I think he keeps going.
I don't think it'll be it, but I think he'll beat him, and then Jake Paul will be all like, oh well, at least I fought someone.
Yeah,
Do you know, it'll probably look good, if that makes sense.
yeah. I really wanted to see him fight Tommy, but
I think
Yeah.
KSI will fight Tommy, sure.
Tommy's
like.
scared to fight him. I
Does
think.
Tommy not come out and say he'd fight both of them in one
He's
night?
talking shite. He's fluffed
fucking
it.
bollocks, like.
He's dropped out both
Yeah.
times. Let's be real. He's
Yeah.
scared of the huge L he would take.
I think
Yeah.
KSI will fight him. Like.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one.
There's no benefit to
See-
Tommy Fury. Like, if he boxes him, wins, he's
That's why
fought
I
someone
don't-
who's
I don't
not a
know-
boxer.
well, yeah, I don't know why Tommy's ever entertained it.
Oh, no.
Other than
Yeah.
it's
Shouldn't have.
good paycheck
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah. One
But
off like that.
Wayne on the way and all.
Need
that dough.
Need the dough. It's a strange one though, because like we talk about this all the time, and it's like to us from the outside, like I just have, not knowing Jake Paul at all and just from seeing his content, I kind of have that perception where he comes across like as if like, oh, it's really easy, I've sent the contract, all you have to do is sign it. But I'm like, I can just tell you're a twisty guy to work with, like he'd be a sneaky boy. I think
he's great. I think he's so entertaining.
I
would love to see Jake Paul somehow become a world champion in boxing. I think it'd be hilarious.
Everyone would hate it.
But you get everyone, like, apparently he's quite nice in person. So like, you get people come up to me and I fucking hate Jake Paul, and I said to him, you're falling for his wee trap. He loves you. He's playing his villain.
So
it's like the
Conor McGregor trick.
It's all an act.
I rate it.
Love him or hate him, he's on your mind. Like.
I rate what he's doing. Like,
See, I genuinely like I've come round to Logan Paul. I used to dislike him strongly, but now I've actually come round. But like, you know what, this guy, I just think there's a lot of he's matured a lot in the past while.
He's a different person for sure.
Yeah,
you know.
But it's interesting to see how the whole boxing thing goes. Like.
Yeah, although I'm not going into. We're going to get into political incorrectness here. I'm just going to start something like Logan Paul and just. I'm not getting into it.
Well, you never know. Thomas is well known now. He could be YouTube boxing or TikTok boxing.
I'll fucking say it. Don't piss me off about Logan Paul. So he's obviously told not to fight Andrew Tate because of like after he got cancelled.
Yeah.
You know, like, of course, he come out and said, the way he treats women, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But then he's going out and fighting in Saudi Arabia for WWE. I thought that's so hypocritical. These guys have the worst human rights going. They're fucking genocide in Yemen.
Yeah.
And women are allowed to drive and all.
I think that recently we're allowed to drive. Fucking bravo. Saudi Arabia. I just thought it's so hypocritical, man. Like, you won't fucking, Andrew Tate's the worst guy in the world. You won't fight him, but you'll go and fight in Saudi Arabia and sort of indulge yourself in their sports watching.
Yeah.
Fuck off that.
Andrew Tate and Jake Paul would be very entertaining though.
Oh yeah, it'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
You know, be a great fight.
Andrew Tate, kickboxing champion.
Doesn't mean he's good. It's a couple of years. Boxing's different.
No.
These guys are training boxing every day for years. Like, they have a chance.
Yeah.
But I don't think Andrew Tate would take it anyway, because it's a big L for him. Like, if he loses.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Not a problem.
And obviously, if people are wanting to find you, Max plays on Insta.
Max plays Insta. Max makes money on TikTok. Yeah, it's pretty much.
And stay tuned, because you're planning a comeback.
Pending. YouTube comeback's pending.
Sweet. Awesome.
Nice one.
Thank you very much.